Hey everyone, welcome to Makin Scents. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate seeing you here. And if this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome aboard. If you could do me a huge favor, click the subscribe button down below, like, comment, and or share this video, that'd be greatly appreciated. Today, we're going to talk about the 10 fragrances in my collection that I wear the most. Stay tuned. The 10 most worn fragrances by me in my collection. Now, I'm not going to go through crazy descriptions of each and every one of these. Let's get started. Number 10. Now, first and foremost, it was hard figuring out what top 10 fragrances I wear. These are not my favorite fragrances in my collection, but so far in the last 12 months, we'll say, these are the fragrances that I've absolutely worn the most. Let's start with this one right here. Office for Men. I have worn this a ton of times, honestly, between either trying it out or having other people sample it, things like that. I've always had a decant on me. I personally enjoy the fragrance. It smells good to me. But it's just, whenever I started looking at what I've worn the most and look at like photos or send of the day post or even like different times when I took pictures of what I had for that day in general through my photos, I realized I wore this a ton. So that's number 10, Office for Men. Number 9, which was borderline this one in Office for number 10, but I put this one above it because I know I've worn this a lot more earlier in the year last year into the summertime. So it's this guy right here, Prada Rossa Extreme. I love this fragrance. I've already said it before. I'll say it again. I'm a big fan of a lot of the Prada line, whether it's Luna Rossa or it's the Prada L'Homme or any of those different things. I'm a big fan of that whole iris note and the way that they produce it. So there's no surprise that this is number 9. We're going to keep going through these here. Number 8, the 8th most worn fragrance in my collection is from the House of Creed. We're looking at Creed Viking. I love the little spicy nuances in this thing. It just smells really cool. I wear this all the time. And I say all the time, what I mean is throughout any time of the year. It doesn't matter if it's winter, spring, fall, whatever. It's a fragrance that I enjoy wearing, so I wear it. The next one on the list, I don't have a full bottle of this. I actually created my own label for this one and put it in one of my 30 ml decants. But here's the bottle I have, and it's from Sensual Obsessions, and it's their version of Bond Number 9, Andy Warhol. I don't know why I like this so much, but it's a great fragrance. I mean, that might be why. I've never smelled the original, so I kind of really need to get my nose in that someday just to compare the two, but since this is what I basically affiliate that fragrance with out of my nose, and I have tried Do As Iconic or Icon or something like that. I actually have a bottle of it. I do like this one better. So again, we're at number 7, Sensual Obsessions, Andy Warhol. Nice job, Kevin. All right, number 6. Now this one here and another one on this list are toss-ups. They kind of went back and forth side by side. The only difference was I always had a decant of the one that's higher on this list than this one. But we're looking at this guy right here, YSL EDP. I love this fragrance. If you've seen some of my videos in the past, the first time I tried this out, I hated this fragrance. The second and third and maybe even the fourth time I tried it, I hated this fragrance. And then I went in and I actually sprayed it on myself, walked through the mall a little bit out at a Sephora, and then I fell in love. Now I've had a bunch of bottles of this. I've decanted a bunch for people. But yeah, YSL EDP, pretty awesome fragrance. I actually have Y Live on its way and Y Fresh, something like that. I don't even know. The newest other one that's coming out. I just ordered them this weekend. I got a tip from Chris over at Casual Fragrances. He had showed a link that it was available on their website with a coupon, so I grabbed that. I'll actually list that down below if it's still active. We'll find out after this. The next one on the list. I'm losing count here. So we got 6, 5. All right, now we're down to number 5 here. This one here I've worn a ton personally, and it's kind of cool because the history behind it, this is the only story that's major, is this one here was one that I had picked up in Macy's originally. This is the same bottle that's in my hand that I got from Macy's, and I got a sample, and I just couldn't stop smelling the sample, and it's this guy right here, Azzaro Wanted by Night. Some people love it, some people hate it. For me, it's a big time winner. I just like the overall smell. I have a 30 ml I carry with me in my little bag of Frags, whatever you want to call it, and I have it all the time. I probably won't wear it so much leading into the spring / the summertime, but the winter I wore that a ton. Fall as well. All right, we're gonna move up to number 4. Number 4, this one here is a super popular and or easy reach fragrance out there. We're looking at Bleu de Chanel. This is the EDT. I wear this one more than any of the other ones because I've had 2 bottles of this, so I kept a decant with me everywhere I went. I've worn this to work a ton of times. I've worn it out to play a ton of times. To me, it's just a super easy reach fragrance. I do get compliments on this, and it's kind of funny. The other day, I ran into somebody somewhere and walked by, and they just smelled really good. And I had said, "Oh, you have a cologne?" And I was about to ask what kind it was, and I was pretty sure it was this. And the person didn't speak English. And I said, "Oh, okay, well, you smell good, Chanel." And he's like, "Oh, I wear Chanel." And it was just a really cool little interaction. No idea what either of us said otherwise, other than that he was wearing Chanel and he smelled good. So he smiled, I smiled. Fragrance community bringing together, right? Wrong with that. Number 3, this one here. I wear this a lot, and a little further up in this little list, I'll tell you something a little bit further about that. It is this guy right here, Baccarat Rouge 540 EDP. I wear this one a ton. I love this one. My son loves this one. I just get a kick out of wearing it. I don't know why, but the smell is just so good to me. I just love that. And it always brings back a scent memory of my son wearing this at Christmas and being so excited and proud about smelling so good. And actually, he kind of laughed about it because he was like, "I'm wearing a really expensive fragrance." Like, it was just funny to hear him say it. He had fun with it too, though. That was Baccarat Rouge 540 at number 3. Number 2. And this one here is working its way down the line now. It's not this high up moving forward past the next couple months because the last month or 2, this has taken a little bit of a hit, but I wore so much of it. That's why it's so high up. It's this guy right here, the infamous Creed Aventis. Not for nothing. Everyone knows this fragrance pretty much. Super hot, popular fragrance. Very nice. Smells so good. Probably my second most complimented fragrance ever as well. Possibly my first. From ladies and men, both. As we know, a lot of people say that this is a boxer dropper versus a panty dropper, but whatever works. That's not the goal. When you wear a fragrance that you want to smell good, and if your goal is to get someone to like the smell of it, this one does the job. So number 2, Creed Aventis. Batch doesn't really matter to me. I think this one here, let's see what it says. This is a 17S01, but I wear an 18K11 and a couple other ones as well. 19, some, I don't know, 19, I don't remember all of them, but 19K11 or one of those, I wore the most, I think. Maybe 19S, I don't remember. Ultimately, the number 1 fragrance I've worn the most the last 12 months, probably even more than that, is also my most complimented fragrance. Those 2 things go hand in hand. If you wear fragrance a lot, there's a good chance it's going to be your most complimented fragrance. It's this guy right here from the house of Prada, Prada L'Homme. The iris note and overall fresh, clean, modern smell to this. It just works for me. I mean, I just really enjoy it. It's a great office scent. It's a great going out anywhere at all scent. It's usually not too strong, too boisterous where people are going to get annoyed by the smell. It's not overly cloying in any way. It really is a soapy, fresh, clean scent. And that's my number 1 on my most worn fragrance list. Now, at the time of filming this video, we just hit 1,000 subscribers last night. I can't tell you how grateful I am to each and every one of you for clicking that subscribe button and being part of this, amazing journey we're on. We did get a couple awesome shout outs. Ashton Kirkland over at Makin Scents. Thanks so much, man, for looking out for some of the smaller channels. Super appreciate that. Chris over at Casual Fragrances actually gave me a shout out as well yesterday. And, just the overall community presence and all the different people that have been like chatting or sending messages, because that's a big goal. I just really appreciate everybody for it, okay? With that being said, there's one story that I was going to hold off to until we hit 1,000 subscribers to share with everybody. We just hit the mark. I wanted to hold it for at least 24 hours, so we didn't fluctuate up and down. And again, subscribers aren't the main key, but sharing this part of the journey is pretty cool. So when I first decided to start this YouTube channel, it was based on a lot of communication I had with a bunch of different people where I would talk about the same fragrance over and over again, which was kind of cool. And a lot of people were like, "Oh man, you should really get on a YouTube channel, share some of the insight you have, some of the stuff you talk about." People had some of the same views. They liked my views, thought it would help other people. And it's funny because I would talk to my kids about this stuff. You guys, if you've seen the channel, you've seen Lucas pop up once in a while, my 8-year-old. And it kind of got like to the point where it seemed like something fun that they were going to be involved in as well. So what I did was, when I started the YouTube channel, I talked to my wife about it, and it was just at Thanksgiving. And I started everything up, and when we were talking, one of the big things I thought about was both of my parents had passed away at a pretty young age. So I personally wanted to share some stuff that I was involved with, interested in, different experiences on video, so that God forbid, if and or whenever I pass away, my kids can go back and look up these videos and see me through the years or time frames, or learn more about things. And I mention them in a lot of my stories. I talk about, so more or less, it's just something to bring it so that they can be part of this as well and be able to look back and see me whenever they want. Not to sound sad or anything like that, but part of this whole journey is sharing my insight and my take on these things with you. And I'm personal with a lot of the stuff I share with you. The videos, my son and I talk about different videos we're going to make, how we're going to create them, if we're going to be funny, if we're going to use special effects, if we're going to disappear, high five, whatever it is. It's a lot of fun to talk about. My middle daughter, Hope, she likes to look at the count. She wants to see a Google play button or YouTube play button, whatever it's called, someday magically appear. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but either way, she gets really excited every time we see a new subscriber. She's like, oh, you're on your way, you're on your way. And my oldest daughter, I sometimes do decanting and shipping out and things like that. She's not too much into watching the videos or smelling the fragrances at this point, but she likes helping to package, ship stuff out. By getting everyone involved, I get to bring something that I really enjoy and really love, which every one of you do as well. That's why we're in the fragrance community. That's why you're watching this YouTube channel, to my family. And then we get to all do it together and be part of it. So it's pretty awesome. And then they can look back many years from now, hopefully. And if they just want to say, what was it that Dad thought about this thing? And maybe one of the memories I bring up or talk about, one of these fragrances, will set that memory with them as well. I know this one right here holds a very special place in my heart because of my little dude. And I know it's a very special fragrance to him as well. So that's a wrap. I hope you guys really enjoyed this top 10 list. These fragrances I wear all the time, and it's crazy with all the fragrances behind me. These are the ones that I definitely grab or gravitate to more often than not. I appreciate you standing with me, listening to my story about the reason behind starting the YouTube channel, and the history behind that in a sense, and really helping me get to the point of being at 1,000 subscribers. I wouldn't have any subscribers if it weren't for you guys. So I really do appreciate everyone jumping on board, being part of this wonderful journey we're on. If you haven't done so already, click the comments down below. Let me know what you think about these top 10. What are your top 10? If you like these fragrances, awesome. If they would be a different order, that's great. List your top 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it might be. List your favorite fragrance. Anything. Just comment down below. We really appreciate everybody jumping on board and being part of Makin Scents. If you haven't done already, click the subscribe button down below. Like, comment, and or share this video. That'd be greatly appreciated. And remember, if you're making the world a better place, just one spray at a time, then to me, you're just making sense. Until next time.